says. Wishfully. And we're back. Right. Let's try that again. Plan for today, for those that have just stumbled across this, not the earlier 10 minutes of streaming that we did, before we had to restart the PC. Plan for today, record the player career mode vote, record an episode or two of Leeds United, and then the driver career on F1 23 at Imola is the plan. We should try and actually do it all now. No, go away. I guess it gives me the opportunity to do this, doesn't it? Oh, before anything else happens. We're at Adana Demirspor, then we were at Rakuv, then we were at Genoa, then we were at Red Bull Salzburg. Red Bull, well done, Ches. Red Bull Salzburg, then we're at Real Sociedad. There you go. There you fucking go! Is that fully updated then? Looks all good now, thank you, Ads. F1 will be in like 4 to 5 hours, Zach. F1 will be later. Appreciate it too, Elliot. Thank you, mate. We're really pleased with how the season ended at Sociedad and how the season has started at Leeds United as well. It should be live on YouTube again. Let me just double, triple check. We're back. Okay. Fantastic. All right, great. Lovely. Right. I was going to say some game audio would be nice. There we go. Right. Let's try again. Go away with your 8 minutes late, Jamie. Welcome to the player career mode vote. What will happen with our career moving forward into Season 7? Who will we play for? Where will we go? Will we go anywhere? The decision will be made by you guys. Do stick around and watch the full video to get all of your information in from the various different teams that are options for us. There's a straw poll link in the description down below. You can vote for as many as you might like, but like I say, do stick around and watch the full video first so you know the full scenario with each club and what the squads are like, etc, etc. So we in this last season won La Liga and won the Europa League. I'm not that fussed about the Copa del Rey, so I think basically we've achieved all we really could at Real Sociedad in the season that we had. So there is going to be an option to stay at Real Sociedad if you guys want me to stay here for another year, try and retain the La Liga title, or go for the Copa del Rey and try the Champions League with this club that we've won the Europa League with. That should be an option, provided the game allows me to have an option. But overall this season, we had a very good year. We had a bit of a lull in a goal-scoring run here, but in the end, we ended the season strong, both as a team and personally. And goal contribution-wise, I got 45 contributions in 60 games. Was the most contributions I've had in any season thus far, although it was the most games we've played in any season thus far. You'd argue that our 43 and 46 for Salzburg is more impressive than our 45 in 60 at Sociedad, although obviously the calibre of competition we're playing against with Sociedad has been higher than that of Salzburg. So really pleased with the season that's just passed. Now the question remains, what next? So the option should be as follows. We should have, we hope, the opportunity to stay at Real Sociedad. We should have the opportunity, we hope, to move to potentially Liverpool or AC Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Spurs, Barcelona, Manchester United, etc, etc. So we'll have a look through. We'll see what club looks good, what club looks bad, how they finished this past season, of course, and who's at the club and who might we be playing alongside. You know this squad already here at Real Sociedad, but just to refresh your memory of a full picture of the squad. Bremer and Parisi, the two highest rated players, 87 rated apiece, although Parisi's out for 5 more months with an ACL tear. Ramiro at 86 in goal. Myself. Zakarian on the left of me. Kubo on the right of me. Vanderson at right back. Maya at 85. Still only 20 years of age. Partners Bramer up top. Or up top. Bramer, who's at the top of the list, at the back at centre back. Lloydis plays in the midfield for us. He's our highest rated central midfielder. And then got Ezequiel Palacios. Trincão's a backup to Kubo, although he played quite a few games this past season. Curtis Jones plays in the midfield as well, almost every single week. And then just a few squad players that, to be fair, are pretty decent when called upon. Although, as you can see, Odriozola is retiring at the end of the season. And it's not a massive squad, actually. 27 on the number there, but it doesn't feel like we've got a massive amount of quality and depth. There's a really good 11 and then some okay fringe players. Obviously, we will be playing Champions League football if you decide to keep me at Real Sociedad, looking to retain the La Liga title and go for the Champions League with the side that we won the Europa League with, and go for the Copa del Rey, a competition that we were unsuccessful in this year, having gotten to the final and being beaten by Atletico Madrid. The treble eluded us. That's going to be option 1. Stay at Real Sociedad. Let's go and find out what option 2 looks like. Now let me get the straw poll up. Where should Ches move in player career? Allow multiple options. Stay at Real Sociedad. First. What formation do they play? 4-3-3, isn't it? 4-3-3. UCL. Football. First choice. Right, the next option. It's going to be intriguing. Let's have a look and advance. I saw, Ben. Thank you very much indeed. Liam Hayes also came back. You should say stay at Sociedad, should it? Oh. So because I didn't get a headed goal, I actually can't stay at Real Sociedad. Right. There was a comment in one of the previous episodes about that I saw after we'd recorded the end of the season. So you were correct, sir. Because I didn't have that headed goal and the requested wage was at the very top of the list, or top of the scale, we didn't get everything. We can't move to Real Sociedad. So, as it happens then, option 1 will be Liverpool. We can move to Liverpool. We've requested £255,000 a week. They have offered 185. What does the Liverpool squad look like? No, I'm not gonna record it again. Where did Liverpool finish? Oh, we're gonna get that previous episode up. Where did Liverpool finish in the league last year? Welcome back to the My Player Season 6 finale. If you missed Champions League football at Spurs... 8th. Ugh. Oh, but they did win the Conference League, didn't they? Liverpool play a 4-3-3 as well, don't they? They won the Europa League, didn't they, Liverpool? Let me get that up again. They finished 8th in the Premier League. But yeah, they won the Europa Conference League. So they are in the Europa League this upcoming season. Mate, that's annoying. Now, if you cast your mind back to the season finale yesterday, Liverpool actually finished 8th in the Premier League. But they did win the Europa Conference League, so they will be in the Europa League next season. The squad is as follows. My striking, I guess, rivals will be an 84 rated Jonathan David and an 88 rated Cody Gakpo. But I imagine Cody will be played on the left-hand side of midfield. In terms of the highest rated players at the club, there is a 92 rated Emmett Johnson, who's a Patreon player. Jude Bellingham is at Liverpool at 91. Jordan Millward is a Patreon player as well at 91 rated on the left-hand side. Alisson in goal still at 88. Nico Schlotterbeck, Cody Gakpo we've mentioned. Locatelli in the midfield. Wesley Fofana at centre-back at 86, presumably partnering Nico Schlotterbeck. Unai Simon is a backup goalkeeper, quite a good backup goalkeeper to be honest. Rico Lewis at right-back at 85. Skriniar's a backup centre-back. Lariente is a backup left winger. Zeballos in midfield on the right-hand side, although again probably backup. Zalewski right on the wing. But in midfield, there's Jude, and then Locatelli, and then Shaparenko's the next best centre mid. Do they have a left back? They have 2 left backs. Owen Beck at 73 and James Norris at 74. Not ideal. 4 centre backs: Skriniar, Schlotterbeck, Fofana, and Rodriguez. Right back wise, Rico Lewis will start ahead of Yannick Paris. They also have Calvin Ramsey here as well. In midfield, Tyler Morton's here still at 79 rated, but Locatelli, Shaparenko, Bellingham, kind of the only ones of any real talent. Oh, then there is, of course, Emmett Johnson, the Patreon player. So you'd have 92 Emmett, 91 Jude, and 86 Locatelli. Actually, it's not as bad as I previously thought it was going to be. And then up top, myself, Gakpo may be out wide, although I would expect Millie to be out wide on the left-hand side. It's a high-rated squad in some areas and significantly lacking in others, which is probably why they finished where they finished last year, in 8th place in the Premier League. It's an intriguing one. To renew my contract at Liverpool, I would be able to get all of those accomplishments. I don't think there'd be any issue with that whatsoever. We'd be able to get all of those. I could lessen it to ensure that we got that contract, and they could always up it again slightly, and we'll bear in mind the whole extra wage objective thing for next season if we move into a season 8, or when we move into a season 8. So Liverpool is decent, but not incredible. I mean, it's very good in some areas, but absolutely woeful in others. That's a weird one, isn't it? That's a really weird one. I got 29 goals that Sociedad adds. 29. Potentially adds, potentially. Although I did have a bit of a lull, didn't I, at Sociedad, and hopefully I'd be able to avoid that. The next option would be a return to Serie A. AC Milan, the club that are in for us from the Italian top flight. Now, obviously, we had a brief spell at Genoa, which didn't go that well for us at all. And we ended up quickly moving on and heading to Austria and having, at the time, the season of our career. So what does the squad at AC Milan look like? Last season, they finished in Serie A. If I scroll through here, we're basically, the best way to go through it is to watch the season finale. AC Milan won Serie A last year. They finished first. So we'd be moving on from one title-winning club to another title-winning club. So Champions League football at AC Milan, and the squad would look as follows. A 95 rated Cameron Max McLeod Patreon player at striker as a rival for me. Wow. That would be tough. Very tough indeed. Owen Howell at 92. Another Patreon player at centre mid. Then Rafael Leao on the left. Bukayo Saka on the right. 91 and 90 respectively. Magnon in goal at 89. Teo Hernandez at left back. And Sufati's here as well as a backup winger. At 88 rated. Bloody hell. Zobozlai is here as well. Kim Min-jae and Konate, the others that are higher rated than myself. So, Magnon in goal. At left back would be Teo Hernandez. At centre back would be Kim Min-jae and Konate. There are no right backs in this squad. Just as Liverpool don't have any viable left backs, Milan don't have any right backs. In midfield, there's Bernardo Silva, Kenneth Taylor 83, Bernardo's 85 and presumably going down in rating at 34 years of age. Then Owen and Zobozlai. On the wing, Leao, Fati, Saka. Dennis Ibrahim as a Nigerian regen. And then up top, obviously, Cameron and myself. Now, I'm not sure what formation AC Milan play. Let's have a quick look on SoFIFA. SoFIFA's my go-to for finding out formations for clubs, etc. You just go to teams and then search the club you want, and then it should give you a decent idea of what formation they play. And AC Milan play a 4-3-3. So I would be battling Cameron for that spot, basically. So I'd be rather convincingly second choice striker at AC Milan. I would have to ensure that I maintain exceptional form to keep Cameron out. That's second choice. Yeah, 20 million, wasn't it, Barrow? Nix, thank you for the follow, mate. And no, I said thank you to Amclem already. Let me move my phone over here. So other than the lack of a right back, that was a pretty disgusting squad, wasn't it? Certainly better than Liverpool, certainly better than Real Sociedad. What I'll do is actually leave Real Sociedad on the vote. Obviously, we can't stay here, but I'd be very intrigued to know how many of you would have voted for me to stay at Real Sociedad. Because I didn't get a hat-trick, a second hat-trick, we are not able to move to Paris Saint-Germain. I am, however, able to get a move to Tottenham if you would like to vote for me to come to Spurs. Now, where did Tottenham finish in the Premier League last year is the question we need to ask ourselves. And going back to the season finale, we can show you that Tottenham last year finished second in the Premier League. So they too will have Champions League football for next season. They finished second in the Premier League. They too play a 4-3-3, I believe. I would have to double check. But they will also be in the Champions League next season. Now, we'll wait and see what their squad looks like. But we are arriving now at Spurs in the little cutscene as I try and load up Tottenham on the thing next to me. And yes, indeed, a 4-3-3 is listed as Tottenham's formation as well. So, let's see what the squad looks like at Spuds then, shall we? Ange still the manager. And the squad at Tottenham has a 92 rated Jorginho, Welsh Jorginho Patreon player at Cam. Then a 90 rated Gavi, an 87 rated Colin Mawani, and then drops off, which obviously is not entirely factual to the full extent of that, because they're still 85 and 86 rated, but not in the late 80s and early 90s like some of the other squads we've looked at. There's Michael Schillo at left back, Patreon player, myself at striker, so I'd be first choice ahead of Colin Moane. I could justify starting ahead of him. Mikel Merino in midfield, Veliz as an 85 rated centre-back as well, Alejo Veliz. Then Vicario in goal as the number 1 starter, Brahim Diaz, Jeremy Doku is here. Smith Rowe is at Tottenham. Arsenal fans turning in their graves. Harwood Bellis, Tammy Abraham is a bit of a steep drop-off there. So in goal would be Vicario. At left-back would be Schillo. Centre-back would be Harwood Bellis and Omari. There are only 3 centre-backs at the club all told. And only 2 of them are actually any good. Right-back would be Connor Bradley, 82 rated. In midfield, there is Gavi at 90. Marino at 85. And then, presumably, Jorginho at Cam. Played in midfield, although Cam is his only position. Then on the right-hand side, Doku. On the left-hand side, Emil Smith-Rowe. And up top, myself. It's probably the weakest squad we've looked at so far. It's not a bad team. It's obviously a team that finished second in the Premier League last year. But it's not sensational. So the question remains, are any of the other Premier League sides that are on our list potential options for us as well? You guys obviously have had the opportunity to vote on Liverpool thus far. Manchester United are on the list, but I don't believe Manchester United's squad are actually that good. But Barcelona are here, and let's go and find out how good Barcelona are. Now, I know for a fact that Barcelona finished second in the league to us. They too play a 4-3-3. Barcelona pushed us as close as they possibly could in La Liga last season. Xavi Hernandez still the manager, despite him leaving at the end of the real-life season. How good is their whole squad compared to the others that we've looked at? They have a 91 rated Brandon Yang on the right-hand side of their front 3. They play a 4-3-3. Erdegaard is in their midfield at cam/centre mid, and Saliba at centre-back, former Arsenal players here at Barcelona. Ferran Torres on the left, Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal at 37 years of age now. Hakimi would be at right-back at 86. There's another Patreon player, Alex Klobasso, that would be a backup for Brandon. One would imagine João Neves in midfield. Benjamin Šeško would be my go-to striking rival, alongside Patrick Schick, who's ageing out and not that highly rated. So ter Stegen in goal. Left back would be an 83 rated Ben Chilwell at 32. Centre back would be Saliba alongside an 84 rated Zubeldia at 32 years of age. Right back, rather obviously, Hakimi. In midfield would be probably Erdegaard and then João Neves and Kamara, probably. Or Ouedraogo, perhaps, in midfield. On the right would be Brandon Yang. On the left would be Ferran Torres. And through the middle would be myself. Barcelona obviously would be a move within the division. So we'd have the chance to go for La Liga again to retain the La Liga title personally, whilst not at the current club that we're at. We'd have the chance to go for the Champions League with Barcelona. We'd have the opportunity to go for the Champions League with Barcelona. Opportunity to go for the Champions League with Barcelona, and the opportunity to go for the Copa del Rey with Barcelona. They are your next option. We would be first choice at Barcelona in a 4-3-3. So far, I'll leave, like I say, I'll leave stay at Real Sociedad on the vote, because I'm curious to know how many of you would have voted for me to stay at the same club for a second season, given the fact that we really don't usually do that, just out of pure curiosity. But obviously, stay at Real Sociedad is not a genuine option for us in this save, unfortunately, as I failed to get a single-headed goal in the last season. So Liverpool, AC Milan, Spurs, Barcelona, not PSG, not Real Sociedad, or Manchester United. I don't want to go to Atalanta. I don't want to go to Almeria. Real Betis, I wouldn't want to go there either. Where did Manchester United finish in the Premier League last year? I seem to recall they didn't do that well. 6th. Better than Liverpool. But with Liverpool having won the Europa Conference League and being in the Europa League, I wonder whether it would be Conference League football for Manchester United, given the fact that they finished 6th. That would be the intriguing one to find out. Manchester United play a 4-2-3-1, so the first formation outside of a 4-3-3 on the entire vote. Man United, they finished 6th last year, 4-2-3-1 formation, and we need to find out what football, European-wise, they are playing next season. Best way to do that is to go to team stats. We can have a look here. So, Champions League, they're not going to be in that. Are they? They are in the Europa League, but I imagine that in that short list, that means that we need to qualify for the Europa League with Manchester United, one would imagine. So if we go to Europa League, we will be not in the playoff round, but in the qualifying round after the playoff round. So potential of UEL football at Manchester United. And now, what does the squad look like? Erik ten Hag still here. Highest rated player would be a 95 rated Jack Wimpenny at striker and a 94 rated Jamie Bodie at striker. Wow. I'd be third choice on paper at Manchester United. Bailey Byrne would start at centre mid with his wonderful mullet. Then Fikayo Tomori at centre back, Marcus Rashford on the left hand side of the front three behind the striker. Anthony on the right hand side of that front three behind the striker. There's a Jaime Valencia, Costa Rican. Who could he be a regen of? In goal. Jose Maria Jimenez would partner Fikayo Tomori at centre back. Then there's Andre Almeida, Julian Brandt, Diallo, Dallo, Correa. So what would it look like in terms of the actual 11? So Valencia's the only goalkeeper at the club. So the Keylor Navas regen in goal. Left back would be Alvaro Fernandez. No questions asked there. Centre back would be Jimenez and Tomori. Right back would be Diogo Dallo. So not bad, not amazing, but not bad so far. In midfield, 37-year-old Casemiro is now 78 rated. So it would be Almeida, Bailey Byrne, and maybe Julian Brandt. But because they play a 4-2-3-1, I don't know. I imagine it would be Almeida and Bailey Byrne. And then Julian Brandt would be at cam. On the left would be Rashford. On the right would be Anthony. And then up top would be me trying to justify starting ahead of Jack and Jamie. So I'd have to, again, as would be the case at AC Milan, massively ensure that I am smashing the goals in to keep my spot in the starting lineup. But it would be a 3-striker option for Erik ten Hag there, 2 of which are very bloody good indeed. Such is the nature of the Patreon players being in Season 7, of course. It's very few saves that we're going to get this far in, where the Patreon players will have grown quite this much. But such is the nature of this save currently. Wow. So there are your options then. Because we don't want to go to Atalanta, we don't want to go to Almeria or Real Betis or Getafe. So the poll is created. I will vote for everything on said poll. So currently then, the poll looks like that. You can vote for as many as you like before you hit vote. Stay at Sociedad isn't a genuine option, but I'd be curious to know how many of you would have voted for that. Then Liverpool, Europa League football, first choice. They finished 8th last year, but the squad is pretty good, but a lack of any notable left back. AC Milan, 1 Serie A, 4-3-3, Champions League football, arguably second choice to Cameron. Fantastic squad other than just no right back. Spurs, second in the Premier League, 4-3-3, Champions League football, first choice pretty decent squad. Barcelona, second in La Liga to our Real Sociedad last year. 4-3-3, Champions League first choice striker. Pretty strong squad as well. Man United finished 6th last year, but will be qualifying for the Europa League, and we probably expect that we would be able to do that. 4-2-3-1, but I'd be third choice behind the other two highly rated Patreon players. So the decision is down to you. So you need to let me know what the hell you want me to do, because I can't do anything until you tell me. So we will be moving club. We will be going to the Premier League for the first time. 3 Premier League options there. Back to Serie A or staying in La Liga. You tell me. Let me know in the comment section which way you voted. Apologies about the not able to stay at Real Sociedad thing. I genuinely thought that was going to be an option. I didn't necessarily expect not to get any offer because we'd done the contract objectives. So the wage objective we didn't get, but I expected to just get a lesser wage offer because we ticked all of the contract objectives. Evidently, that's not the case. We continue to learn about the system that doesn't really work the way it's supposed to in player career this year, and I fear it's probably going to be the same in 25 as well. But 'tis what it is. We can only give the feedback, can't we? So, that's your vote. Go and vote. Player career mode will return on Monday at a new club. Hopefully with an updated thumbnail. Can't guarantee an updated thumbnail on such short notice, but thumbnail will be updated in due course. Do come across and join me on the main channel for the Leeds United career mode, which has now begun. We are 3 episodes in. There's Formula 1 content on this second channel still. There's Football Manager content on this second channel still. We'll be live streaming tomorrow, Saturday, on the main on the Twitch channel and the YouTube streaming channel as well. And we're live for the rest of the days. You see this on the second channel as well with Leeds career mode and Formula 1. So come and join me. Right. Breathe and hit stop recording. I'll see you next time. Tinky Coco, I apologise for missing the raid whilst I was mid-spiel. Thank you very much for the raid of 66, my dude. That is very, very, very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome in everyone that came across from Tinky Coco. I apologise that I wasn't able to say hello at the moment of your joining, but I appreciate it very much indeed. How was your stream, Tinky? What were we streaming today? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I hope all's well with you as well. Thank you for everybody coming across. I appreciate it very much. We are going to now go and record Leeds United career mode, the very first... it's not the very first, is it? We're going to be recording episode 4. The very first episode went live Wednesday. The very second episode went live yesterday. And the third episode goes live on the YouTube channel in a couple of hours' time. And we will be... recording Monday's episode next. I do just want to quickly edit, this will literally take moments, that footage that we just recorded because it's got to go up. It's got to go up today. Liverpool actually finished 8th. So this will literally take me player career moments. So bear with. We will be moving on to the Leeds United career mode in a couple of minutes time. I appreciate your patience. You went 2 and 8. Now you question your choices. Yeah, foot champs can do that to you, can't it? So, welcome to the player. We in this last season I've had in any move to plays and find out what option 2 looks like. And then option 2 is Liverpool, right? Right. There was a comment. Right. So, what does the Liverpool squad look like? Cast your mind back to the season early yesterday. Liverpool actually finished. Now, if you cast your mind back to the look at here, the squad, Ethan David on the wing. Oh, it's a but absolutely woeful in others. The next option would be return. Literally just cut paste, cut paste, cut paste. Rated to keep Cameron out. So, other than the lack of Spurs. And let's go and find out how good Barcelona are. Barcelona pushed us as close as is another Patreon player 3 through Casemiro, first choice with Leeds career mode and Formula 1 recording. I'll see you next time. That was easy. Those ones are always very quick to edit. That took probably 2 minutes. What episode number is it? That's the question. It will be episode 21. Welcome. 21. Vote for... Oh, I'll just put transfer vote. Oh, cancel. Well done, Ches. That went well, didn't it? Twat! Saved! One more on. I'm going to do this and I'm going to hit cancel. Or just... Boobity, boobity, boobity boo. And this is going to be simple case of going Le Bosch. These really quick to edit ones are just my favourites because they're just, you can just hammer them out. It's a shame not every video is this easy to edit and put together, isn't it, really? Let me bring chat up next to me so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, no mess in there. They're always really quick, those ones.